Hello, Dominic Troffer again and welcome to another video. This time, as I said, I'm continuing my little mini series that I've started, reviewing all of Nintendo's home console add-ons. Now, as I said in the description of part 1, I'm only reviewing add-ons that were released worldwide, if you're wondering. So I will not be reviewing the Famicom Disk System, the Famicom 3D System, the Super Game Boy 2, the Satellaview, and the Nintendo 64 Disk Drive. I will not be reviewing any of them, if you're wondering. But this time I will be reviewing the Super Game Boy. Now I've got my Super Nintendo, so I'll put it in. So that's what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like a little spaceship, doesn't it? I know. I'm 5 years old again, sorry. Now, the Super Game Boy was the first add-on released worldwide by Nintendo. Now, this was, as I said, the first time the European and American Nintendo fans experiencing add-on. Now, the Super Game Boy is actually a Game Boy player add-on for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and it allows you to play all your games on it. Sorry. Like, you put this is Grand Theft Auto. I found this a few years ago. You're wondering, I am over the age of 18 in England, if you're wondering, yes. And you put it like that. Now, this is actually a good way to play your Game Boy games on a system through television. Because at the time when the Game Boy came out, the screen was really, really small. Well, of course it's small, but what I meant was there wasn't a really good colour quality on the screen, and you'd have to end up looking, you'd end up trying to play it through like a window to try and get some glare on it so you'd be able to see it. That was one problem with the Game Boy, and 5 years later they released this, and it's actually one of the best add-ons ever, made. Now, as I said, it's a bit old now, but as I said, it came out 21 years ago, this year will be. But for something like this at the time, back in 1994, it was revolutionary, because you didn't have to keep playing your Game Boy games on your Game Boy system. You could just, purchase this and put your Super Nintendo, and you were done. And that was one good thing with it. Now, in England, it actually cost near £50, so it did, which was good at the time, because at the time, even though the Game Boy was starting to become a bit cheaper, because it had been out for 5 years since this came out, and that was one of the best things. Now, when the Game Boy Color came out, people always wondered, is this able to play Game Boy Color games? And it wasn't. That was the problem with when the Game Boy Color came out, because you could not play your Game Boy Color games. This is Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. It does not work. It does state a warning message saying, well, it says that, well, you're not able to play this. It's a Game Boy Color game. It's not able to be played, and that was a shame. But a lot of people say it came out a bit late. I actually don't think this came out late. I think it came out at the correct time, because, as I said, it really expanded the life of your SNES, which was really, really good. And like I said, you could also play games on it, SNES games, and also play Game Boy games through this add-on. Now you can do all sorts. Like, for example, you could put the Game Boy camera in and use it as a camera, which was really, really good. Like I said, if you didn't want to keep using your Game Boy, you could just, you know, put it in and take a photograph of yourself or whatever. And that was the thing. And my thoughts and opinions about this, I'm going to mention, as I said, I'll just put this in. Just like I said, Pokemon Red. Now, my thoughts and opinions of the Super Game Boy. Now, I never grew up for a Super NES when it was out. I wasn't born yet when this came out. And my first game console was actually a Nintendo 64, which is a really, really good system. Now, I bought this last year because when I got into Nintendo, as I said, when I got into the GameCube and the Wii and Wii U so far, I just thought, well, I'd like to go and, you know, look back at Nintendo's history. So I found out they had this system called, you know, the Super NES. Now, the design of it that we had in England and, England, Europe and Japan, was really, really nice. It looks like some sort of funny, weird spaceship, I think. And it's interesting how the system looks so different in America, because it's so blocky and stuff. And so far, like I said, I am really enjoying the system. And when I found out, I thought, well, I better get the Super Game Boy, because I thought, well, you know, it's a neat add-on made. And I think it's really, really good, because all you do is you just stick it into the cartridge port and you're done. As other people say about this when they review it, you don't need any like power supply or some sort of extra thing for it. Not offending Sega there. And it's a neat idea which really made it popular. I actually think that this is actually one of the most interesting and successful add-ons that's ever made, because most people always think when it comes to add-ons, they always fail. They don't. So they don't. Now, there was another one called the Super Game Boy 2, which was a Japan-only release. Now, it's actually the same as this, but it was transparent. And also one thing that was different with the Super Game Boy 2 was they actually had a link kit, like little link jack on it, which allowed you to connect to multiplayer. So, you know, you could play multiplayer with someone else with their Game Boy or Game Boy Color. That's the thing. And also you could connect the Game Boy printer. So, you know, if you had the camera and you had the printer, which you don't have, you could connect that, put that, and you print all your pictures and, you know, print your troubles away, really. And I think something like this, for someone who's never played a Super NES or who wants to get into it, it's a neat console, and the Super Game Boy is a great add-on for anyone who wants to get into this. I know there is the Game Boy Player, which I will be mentioning next time. But for something like this, it's really, really worth, you know, owning. Now, one last thing about Super Game Boy 2 was that, because that came out in 1998, so that said, this was the near end of the Super NES or Super Famicom, depending on what you call it, lifespan. And one thing that I always questioned with people was that was it able to play Game Boy Color games, you know, such as that, for example, Perfect Dark, and it's not, which a lot of people have always been confused about, which I think is a shame, but that's just what it is. So it just plays Game Boy games, just the regular ones, which is a shame, but it's good. And that's really it for my review of the Super Game Boy. I said, you know, it's a neat idea. It was a good add-on, so it was. So I said, these are really, really cheap now, especially if you have a Super NES, or if you probably have one. But if you just get into the Super NES, it's actually a neat idea that was made, and that's really it, actually. So thank you for watching my video and review of the Super Game Boy. the third part will actually be about the transfer pack for the Nintendo 64. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and thank you for watching. Okay, see you later. Bye.